Previously on Survivor. Both contestants were split up amongst vets and newbies for the title of sole survivor. They gathered for a food eating challenge, which the newbies won. And Chris! Give me a clean mouth! Steven, Katie, Jordan, Annie, Kyle, and Chris also won clues to a hidden immunity idol. The vets teamed up in their search for the idol, but it was Katie who found one first. Meanwhile, the vets publicly preached unity while secretly debated loyalty, and ultimately decided to send Jordan home first. 11 remain. Who will be voted out tonight?
Difficult vote the first go rounds.
You know, it is what it is. It could have been any one of us. You know, Jordan's, a great player, and, if anybody had to go, he was a chosen one. There's no animosity on the team, and we're just going to move forward and be strong, Fab 5 strong.
And we've kind of had conversations about, having to vote out Jordan, and it seems like everybody's kind of on the same page that we're going to move forward unified as one team.
Survivors, welcome to your second immunity challenge. As you see, Jordan was the first person voted out of this game. All right, we have our second immunity challenge here. This is going to be pretty simple. What you're going to do is you're going to run out, and you have cups. So newbies, you have pink cups. Vets, you have the blue cups. Your job is to run out, grab them, come back to up here where you're standing, and you're going to stack them in a pyramid. So it's going to be 4, 3, 2, 1. You want to have it all completely standing while you're run back to the top of these steps. First one to be able to do that and run to the top of the steps with the pyramid still standing will win immunity for your tribe. Here's a couple things to note. You also have balls. So you have these wiffle balls that you can use to knock down the other tribe's pyramid. If you are able to do that before they are on the slab, then guess what? You're gonna have to reset it up and fight for that again. A couple rules to know. 1, you cannot touch anyone on the other team. You cannot touch anyone else's items. You cannot physically touch the pyramid. You cannot physically touch any of their balls. The only way you can knock down the pyramid is with the ball. And you can only hold one wiffle ball at a time. So let's go ahead and strategize. Who's gonna sit out this challenge?
Who's sitting out?
I'll stack with you, and you guys
Block? Or
Yeah, I can
okay. You can be block.
Okay, I'll block.
So it should probably be me. I mean,
For the run,
yeah. Like, I'd rather be involved, but
we won't be able to send the same person.
Okay.
But you guys, you or two people should block and one should be right.
And so, since you guys have
Okay.
yeah, I get that.
Okay.
So we can basically hover. Once we have our items, we can like hover and like block their shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to do?
Let's just get to you get the cups together.
So 4, 3, 2, 1.
Anyone have any questions? Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Remember there's steps everywhere, so be safe, don't hurt yourselves. Survivors ready? Go! Alright, we already have some strategies going on. We're blocking them from getting the one ball. Both tribes are... You cannot kick The balls are going everywhere. There's a lot of blocking going on.
Where is it? Where's the other cup?
I'm missing a cup.
Oh, it's right here.
A lot of things going on in this challenge. A lot of strategy going on. A lot of coffee and baby. This is gonna be tough. What's your game plan? It looks like the Newbies only have one person. Oh, James got in.
They're trying to go between my legs.
Only Clay is attacking. The Newbies.
Go now.
That's what they're about to do.
Wait.
They're about to have the ball back.
Oh, nice. That was a good one.
Clay and Steven.
Oh, fuck.
That's it, Dave. You guys need to get ready when we are. I'm
Are
listening.
there any more pink cups?
I got it.
We can't pick them in this. Are there two stuck together, you guys?
We need another block.
We need, hey,
One of you guys come here.
one of you guys come here and one throw.
Discussion going on.
Steven.
Clay's just crawling around.
I'm just in the face and it's getting fucking frustrating. So, I'm gonna quit if I get hit in the face. We're only gonna have to let go of it.
Where's the guy?
Go!
Come on, Clay! Hit Nugget!
A mental by the Newbie.
Yes!
Congratulations.
Get that shit!
Yes! What the? Yes!
That worked. Exactly how I wanted it to work.
Fuck me!
Good job. I knew I could sprint back.
Oh my god, they kept getting smashed and we couldn't stop them.
That was pretty good. You good? Yeah. Okay. There were just cups and balls like flat.
Shit! That was like my adrenaline's now like fucking. I was freaking the fuck out because I was like, this shit's gonna take forever. We have to stack these cups while there's fucking balls coming at our faces. I was like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Annie was like, it's hitting me in the fucking face. It was intense. I wasn't expecting, like, it was such a simple challenge, but fucking intense. And we won. And
That was really intense. It was, I think both teams again did a really good job, and they kind of gave us some space and we took advantage of that, and we ended up being able to get there faster than them knocking us down. So great news. I think we all are very pumped and reunified as a team.
It was intense. We went in fired up. We were ready to win. I was doing it for Jordan. And we just wanted to make sure that we won that one to solidify ourselves in this game.
It was fun. Pretty intense. It was definitely good to win, though, especially after having to vote someone out in the first round. So it definitely felt good to get that win.
for me, I was just gonna throw that wiffle ball as hard as I could and as low as I could. Just make their tower fall every time, and more importantly, Drew and Annie communicating. I told them, let me know when I need to run, and I sprinted back. So good group effort by everybody.
We strategized really well, with me and Clay throwing the balls at the other team there. Clay, then we had to decide between me and Clay to keep throwing while one of us went back to block. Clay chose me, which is probably a good idea too. I was getting probably being a little too soft in throwing, and he kind of had was more ruthless in throwing him, so definitely made up a good choice there. And give credit to the stackers, they managed to get it stacked up real quick, and we got back before they could knock it down. So
we won because we switched up our strategy at the end. We thought one blocker and two balls would be good, but we realized they were throwing from all angles, and our strategy was simple. Those with building cups, we became blockers too, so we got low and we're building the cups as it went, and as they hit the balls, some of the cups got crunched, so we knew we had to place those at the top. But the moment we got it and I was like, Clay, go, I was like, fuck, they're gonna probably hear us, but we need to go for it. And when I looked back and they weren't even anywhere near our shit, I was like, oh, that's how you do it, let's go, that's how it's done.
I'll go here. Drew, get
1, 2, 3.
Good job.
I sat that one out. One, I really enjoyed the design of that game. It took a while to figure out how that's supposed to work, and we didn't realize it until it was too late. But
it was confusing. I didn't really know what was going on because I wasn't involved in the strategy, but by the end we had a pretty good idea, and then it was too late.
So I'm at the top of the steps, and you know there are only so many limited resources in that game. You know, you have the players, and you have the cups, and you have the balls, and we didn't manage our balls well. Right, we had 2 balls of 3, and all of their balls were in play, and they were constantly within reach of, you know, after being thrown, they didn't have to move very far to pick it up. So that was really, really cool to see. We were joking that it felt like essentially we were playing Quidditch without brooms. And I really enjoyed that concept.
You know, we had a good strategy going into it. We were going to just try and go 2 on offense, and then 1 stopping the cups from getting knocked down. Towards the end, we had the tower built, and then it was a case of how can we block it to start running. I called Dustin back over, and then before we knew what was happening, they were already running up to the stand.
Man, I'll take responsibility. I was over there playing some offense, and thought we were pretty evenly matched. No one was really figuring it out, and then got called over. You know, I think we got a little impatient, and it's just that's a newbie move, right? And so we all kind of huddled up, and just for that 6-7 seconds, that's all they needed, stack the cups, and as soon as we didn't have any offense, they were on the platform before we had a chance. So I'd say that's on me.
I don't know. So my thing was like, we should have had someone trying to knock down the others. Like, it shouldn't have gotten that far. But certainly I don't know that I could vote Dustin out because of it. But I think the challenge was lost because our offense wasn't strong.
Overall, it's tough to say. I mean, Kyle was taking lead on building the pyramid. It was built for a while, and then being the bigger guy, he was the one trusted to guard the girls and the cups at the time, and I just didn't think it happened.
We kind of had a loose strategy going into it, and it was just one of those like, loose strategy didn't pay off, didn't stick to it kind of thing.
I mean, they were kind of counting on me to knock the cups down, and so since that didn't happen, I mean, that's definitely something. Didn't eat the octopus faster than Jordan on the first round, and then kind of bailed on that in the second round. So I think there's a big target on my back right now.
And I knew there was something, and I told Annie, be on the lookout. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. Found something. So it says open at confessional.
It was laying in the midst of gameplay, so I assume it was inside the cups. I don't really know.
It says, congratulations, you have found half of an idol.
Half an idol. You have found half of an idol. If played correctly, it could negate all votes cast against the player this is used on.
Please read carefully.
In order to use this idol, number 1, you must play it the same tribal as the other half.
It must be played in secret at the voting urn, or it will not count.
To use as immunity, each person must name the same person.
Or you can use it as an extra vote against the player holding the other half. But if you name the wrong player, you will receive the extra vote. The other half doesn't need to be played to use in this way.
This idol can only be transferred if you get voted out. Last time it can be played is Final 5 Tribal.
This is huge.
I'll read it again. I assume someone on the other tribe has the other half.
I'm only going to share with Annie because she's the only one that knows I found it. But it's going to come in handy, so hopefully, I'm hoping that somehow... I honestly feel like the other half's going to be the other team has it. I'm assuming it's going to be in their cups too, so I have to figure out who over there had it, which is probably what the host did to fuck things up. But
when Drew and I were unstacking the cups, we found a clue. So I think him and I are going to read that together and try to see if we can utilize that to find something in the downtime. So we'll see what comes from that. I don't know what it is yet, because I think he just shoved it in his pocket. So
Still looking around. It doesn't look like that other team has found the idol yet. You know, we don't think they have. From what I hear on my team, sounds like no one's found the idol yet, but you never know. Someone could just be playing that to themselves, see how things go.
I think I'm just gonna lay low for a minute and like try to get my bearings, and then maybe use it at a time where it's gonna be more valuable.
Probably going to strategize a little more just in case. You know, you can't have too much strategy in this game. You know, you kind of always got to be thinking one step ahead, one challenge ahead, and at the same time probably try to look for that immunity idol, because
a lot of talk going on. Like I said, we got a strong group right now. We're just kind of trying to continue to win, but a lot of talk amongst the rookies, so we'll see.
I'm actually kind of excited to see who they're going to vote out, because I feel like they're not going to be as unified afterwards with kind of the unity that we have going out of Tribal Council, so we'll see how that plays out.
I don't know what's going to happen. It's weird because I'm pretty sure that we're going to have some sort of extremely physical challenge next, and I don't know why Chris sat out that last one, because if we have an actual one where everyone needs to run at this point, then we're screwed with Chris because he has pneumonia.
I did sit that one out though because, and you're gonna hear me in the background for a lot of this, I'm the one coughing. I've had a pretty rough week, so.
The team dynamic's a little interesting. I mean, for the most part, everyone's quite physical and mentally prepared, but everyone's a little bit pissed that Chris opted himself out of the challenge. He was more of a puzzle guy than most of us, so it would have been quite helpful to have him in. And then we don't know what other challenges face us down the line, so it might have been a wrong decision to opt him out at that time.
No, I think actually this is going to keep me around for a little bit, because on the next physical challenge that comes up, if it's not team-based, like I'm probably just out by default, so that makes that easy on them. It's a weird thing to carry that around, knowing that that's kind of a strength you have at the moment, but we'll...
I'm observing guys versus girls.
You know, I think we might have some numbers on this first vote. You know, I'm trying to talk to the guys, so there's kind of like an obvious girls alliance there. They kind of have a girl thing going on. So I'm talking to the guys about, you know, maybe Katie has an idol.
I'm getting stressed out by this game.
Yeah.
I want everyone to win.
It was one of those, like, the girls went off to the restroom, I went with them, I came back, and the guys are all worried that Katie may have a hidden immunity idol.
Kyle knows because he was there when I said I've got it. And Jackie knows because I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone on my team knows because you pulled me away and then I ran towards them, so.
Chris is throwing around that either Katie or Jackie have an idol. So, I think the favor is turning against Chris. I think that's probably what we should go for.
Yeah. Everyone here that is with us knows that I do have an idol.
Yes.
Because you were there when I found it. And yeah, Jackie was just like, you have that idol. And I was like, yeah.
I mean, I was out pretty deep looking for an idol, actually, so kind of got idol fever, which I didn't think was going to happen. And yeah, I mean, I found a Budweiser empty case, a couple of bottles that looked pretty nasty, thinking maybe there were some clues on it. I moved like a half thing of curb that was in between a couple trees, thinking that maybe there was an idol under there, and there were just bugs. So yeah.
He's going to go Chris. So if he's got an idol, it won't burn us either way. But right now I'm strategizing mainly with Dustin, and then I'm trying to play Kyle off to get so he votes for someone else, and then we might be going after him.
No, we're just marveling at. Oh my goodness!
It's posing for us.
What a magnificent duck!
So we're spending our time right now filming this bird.
I'm excited.
It has wonderful plumage, with a very ugly face.
An hour ago.
Oh, there's his other leg.
Did you think
I
you
told
had
you.
one leg?
Initially,
I told
Katie
her.
clarified the perching issue. So
Yes, I was
Yeah.
worried that it only had 1 foot
He's like gonna dip in.
to hop around. I'm really still trying to like feel it out since it's 6 people. It's one of those like Dustin wants to flush, the guys want to flush the idol off Katie, but I'm like, if that's the case, let Katie know so we can just get it out in the open and move on with it, but they really want to blindside her. And then the girls are thinking that they want to vote out Chris. And I think Chris would be strong with puzzles and like the mental side of things, but I don't think he's physically where he needs to be, just with his health and whatnot.
At the same time, like Kyle's kind of the one guy who seems like a really strong competitor. He's like physically and just mentally kind of there. So I think he's got a pretty big target on his back. But at the same time, we need the stronger players. So
I'm not sure what's going on yet. I'm basically waiting to hear what other people are doing.
So I lean with the girls, split the vote 3-3. Guys vote out Katie, girls vote out Chris. I don't know what the challenge or the next step would be, whether it be getting to that point where we're drawing rocks, but I'm not sure yet. I could see working with Katie and Jackie.
Our tribe is kind of bonding over shared 7th and 8th grade dance experiences right now, and all of our conversations are being centered in relation to that.
Chris sat out the challenge. Kyle's kind of on the outside. I don't know. Kyle or Chris probably.
All right, survivors, come on in. Newbies. What the heck happened? That's just it. It was a good game. The game outsmarted you. That's a bad sign for Survivor.
Well, we didn't win, that's for certain.
Clearly, that's why you're here. So, who's at fault?
that was my responsibility. I was still the one playing offense. Like I said, I was the one getting the cups down. We were doing okay. Ran over, played some defense, helped stack, and then we got caught. So it was just that quick.
We didn't know how to win that game. That was we didn't really have a final game plan, so not having that, trying to develop that during the game.
So, you're saying you didn't have a final game plan of how to win. So it sounds like a big newbie mistake. So you think that's going to be carrying over to other aspects of Survivor? I mean, this is the first time you guys are playing.
No, I think not. We'll have to be able to move on, get better as a team, and just choose through.
We don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
So we
We're
hope
new
we
to
can.
So, what is your plan to defeat the other tribe?
Yeah, we gotta take advantage of their cockiness.
But you guys are just saying you're
Hustling.
cocky, so it's like cocky versus cocky. So who wins in
Yeah,
that
but we're
battle?
cocky hustlers. They're just cocky.
We will certainly win.
So it's pretty jovial over here. That's typically to be expected in the first time when alliances actually haven't been tested. No one's actually been voted out. So I just am curious who thinks they're going to be going this round. Who's going to get voted out? Dustin thinks he's going to get voted out. No one else.
Over 2.
Oh yeah, I know. I think just as we're the lone girls.
I mean, I can
So what's the criteria for why you're voting someone out? We'll hear from each of you.
There's not really like it's hard to find reasons at this point. I think that's why this vote is so difficult, because there's not like
much to go off of.
So you're just going eeny, meeny, miny, mo? Like, what? There's got to be some factor.
I mean, mine's all about who's the best chance to move forward with. Because if we win the next challenge as a team, then we have nothing to worry about. So
I'd also like to see a 6-way split just to find out how the rules work that way.
Yeah.
Don't tell us. Don't tell us. We'll get there on our own.
Yeah.
But
Do you want to know how it works for a tie?
no, don't tell me.
Well,
What
everyone else
happens?
to, because I mean, if you guys don't know, I want to make sure you guys have.
Yeah, I do.
So this is the way it works. So if there's a tie, then only those people. So those people cannot vote again. We're gonna re-vote, and the votes have to be for either of those people. If it's still a tie after that, then we're gonna go to draw to rocks, and in that case, whoever was voted is immune. The rest of the people can get to pull the rocks, and if you draw the purple rock, then you're out. So
Right, I feel like that's the
Oh,
truest
okay.
way to show
Oh,
solidarity, is to let the cause decide.
Yeah.
that,
Unless there's two
I will
purple rocks
say
in the
that would
bag.
be
Just
a very
wanna
unique
shake
way to play a game, but as newbies, I would expect nothing less and see how you shake up the game. So with that unique strategy, we're gonna go and get started.
As a vote for team strength, I choose Chris.
I'm voting for Kyle. I think it's a tough move because he gives our team a really good shot to win. But ultimately, I think he's going to be one of the strongest players in this game. And we have an opportunity right now to get him out. I try to talk to him about, who he was voting for and try to get a little momentum going with him, but we just never really quite clicked. So that's it. But it could cost us the next challenge.
Basically, if everything goes to plan, we feel like the person we want eliminated, Kyle, will go. And we don't want the others to realise that we have such a strong alliance.
If anyone has a hidden media item and would like to play, now would be the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person who received the most votes will be asked to leave topic council that immediately. First vote. Chris. Second vote. Dustin. So one vote Chris, one vote Dustin. Third vote.
Jag.
Next vote. Kyle. 2 votes Kyle. 1 vote Chris. 1 vote Dustin. Next vote. The first person voted off the Newbies tribe.
Terrible.
Kyle. Kyle, need to hand me your buff.
Sorry, man.
Kyle, the tribe has spoken.
Will you get drunk in the
Leave the
party?
tribe.
That's true.
All right. Well, it looks like that was our first blind side of the day for the newbie tribe. So even though you might be newbie, it just seems like you might know how this game is played. So we'll see what the next thing has in store.
Yeah, we don't get to see the situation.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode. Next time on Survivor.
I think like Josh.
Josh is a crazy mind.
This is true. What?
He has a crazy mind.
Surprised. I wasn't expecting it, certainly. I don't know. I just felt like I was kind of out of the loop, I guess.